We found Silent Hill in Brantford. It was probably one of the best finds that we had found in terms of finding a location.
She told us, I know a town not far away from Toronto. You will have the type of industrial look that you were looking for to build around that the universe of Silent Hill.
Some of the businesses had closed out. They were going through some renovations, so a lot of sections of the whole street had closed down because they were going to renovate it. We were able to go in and redress and basically to make it look like the town had been abandoned for 30 years. In the darkness, everything is rusted, everything's decaying even further. It's just a world of rust and blood. And as we get further and further into the story, it goes from a very slight bit of rusting as she goes into the first set of darkness up to the hospital at the end where the walls are almost covered in blood. The hospital was two sections. We had a location that we used for the upper floors of the hospital. It was actually a school that we changed into a hospital. That was all aged and made to look like it had been abandoned for 30 years. And then the elevator section was built separately and shot separately. And then this section was the basement. This is the main corridor of the hospital set in the basement. It was revamped and used to make up several different corridors within the space. We looked for an old factory that was a big large space with a lot of texture that we could put this meeting hall in the middle, that they had this sort of secret meeting place. The design of the factory is based on looking at a lot of photographs of old Amish meeting halls, and they're very simple designs and very, very straightforward, and I was trying to keep the lines very straight. After they finished shooting the meeting hall scenes, we came back in, ripped it apart, tore the hole through the floor, and spent a long time burning wood out in the back of the studio and brought it in and basically created an aftermath of the fire. It was one of the dirtiest sets we worked on. People would come out of there at the end of the day in their white coveralls, totally black.
My favorite set is the old school that we worked at. And it used to be a girls' school, a real girls' school, which is good because that's what it was supposed to be.
The school was interesting. It was fun to do because we cheated so much. We actually had a school location, but the actual layout of the real school and the layout of the school that we shot were two different things. And we were cheating rooms that were corridors and rooms that were supposedly off of one another. Some parts of the school were in other buildings. And then for the foggy world, we could release a lot of that paint and have a lot of peeling paint. We had a lot of areas prepared behind the walls that we could take tiles away and exposed bricks and studs.
I think people are going to be surprised. People are going to be surprised by the scale of the film. And I hope that it will help to redefine a new kind of horror film.